All right. Good day, everybody. It's Monday, May the 9th, 2022. And today's headline hits with LW is brought to you by Mike Lindell and My Pillow, mypillow.com. You can save up to 66% by using promo code LWN. Great products. I got my slippers on right now. The bed sheets are absolutely amazing. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, please do so. Mike Lindell is a huge patriot. He's out there trying to save America, and so are we here at LWN. Not only does it help Mike Lindell in the cause, but it also, using that promo code, also helps LWN as well. So let's hit the headlines. A lot of stuff in the news today. Of course, everything's ramping up because of Roe Wade. So we'll talk about that. That's a big part of the headlines this morning. But this one I found very, very interesting. So I'm going to lead off with this. Alabama corrections official Vicky White stayed in a hotel the night before Casey White's jailbreak. What are they talking about? Well, I'll wrap this all up in a nutshell here really quick, but I wanted to read a little bit of the beginning of the article, and then I'll tell you what happened at the very end here. So, missing Alabama corrections official Vicky White, 56 years old, stayed at a hotel the night before authorities say she helped inmate Casey White, 38, escape from the Lauderdale County Detention Center on April the 29th. Now, even though they both share the last name, they are in no way related. So just so you guys know that. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office released surveillance footage showing Vicky White at the counter at the Quality Inn Hotel in Florence, Alabama, the morning of Casey White's escape from prison. The WSFA reported she stayed at the hotel on 2 nights leading up to her and Casey's disappearance. Though they share the last name, Vicky and Casey are not related. Now, here it is. I'm going to wrap this all up for you. You guys can check out the article if you wish at Breitbart News. So she actually, weeks before this escape, she put her house up for sale and sold her house well below market value. She also went around for weeks prior to this escape through numerous banks and pulled out over $90,000. Now, they used a couple of different cars through the escape, abandoned one of them, and authorities still have not found them. Even one person made note that they feel that she's been planning this for quite a while and that she outsmarted the cops. And they don't believe that she's even going to be able to be found. Well, where is she gone? Canada, Mexico, who knows? I don't know. But this guy is hard to this guy is hard to hide. Casey White is 6'9" and approximately 330 pounds. Now that's not a small person to try to hide out. So he's got multiple tattoos all over his body. I mean, he definitely looks like a little bit of a scary dude, to be honest with you. But just thought I'd lead off with that headline today. They're on the loose, folks. Be looking for them, especially in the Alabama area. I think the car was abandoned in Tennessee. For those of you who are in the state of Tennessee, look out. These two people could be on the loose and they could be dangerous. I'm not sure. All right, next headline. Jill Biden makes surprise Mother's Day visit to Western Ukraine. First Lady Jill Biden on Sunday made a surprise visit to Western Ukraine where she greeted her counterpart, Olene Zelensky. AP reports Biden became the latest high-profile American to enter Ukraine during its 10-week conflict with Russia after traveling in total secrecy. Quote, I wanted to come on Mother's Day, Biden said to Zelensky on arrival. I thought it was important to show the Ukrainian people that this war has to stop and this war has been brutal and that the people of the United States stand with the people of the Ukraine, end quote. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, First Lady Jill Biden is tipped to visit Japan for the Tokyo Olympics on a solo trip in place of President Joe Biden. Does that make you scratch your head for just a minute? Why are all these people out there traveling the world instead of Joe Biden himself? You've got to ask yourself that question. Of course, everybody watching this right now probably already has the answer. We've all been talking about it for quite a while. We're not stupid, right? But isn't that just strange? She went to Ukraine, but he didn't. Now she's going to go to Japan. He's not. Um, Sometimes they just keep him kind of corralled right there in the nursery, right there where he can get his ice cream cones. He doesn't get to go any further than that. Yeah, he's traveled over the Ukraine or the UK. He's been a couple of places, but not like a president really should. All right, let's talk about another elephant in the room that is disgusting. And we've been talking about this here at LWN for weeks now, but Disney, they're still at it, folks. Disney Marvel, Doctor Strange. I'm bringing this up because I know that this movie is now coming out across theaters everywhere, and I want you to be aware of what this guy stands for. Disney Marvel Doctor Strange star Benedict Cumberbatch leads shrill pro-abortion sketch as SLN host. What's this talking about? Well, he came out on Saturday Night Live with a hardcore pro-abortion cold open on Saturday, the opening weekend of Disney's newest Marvel superhero blockbuster, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Some of the things that he said in this sketch are disturbing and disgusting, to say the least. I'm not even going to report them. I'm not gonna say what his comments were. If you guys want to read the article, you can go to Breitbart and read it. But this guy is disgusting, and so is Disney, to be honest with you. And I'm putting this out there because I want you guys to remember we're not supporting these people. Remember, we're not going to buy their merchandise. We're not going to buy their movies. We're not going to go to the movie theater and support them. This is just more of the disgusting cabal, whatever you want to call them. This is the filth that they put out, and I'm just letting you guys know it. All right, next headline. Let's talk about Pinkerton. The Democrats' roller coaster on Roe goes up and down and maybe off the rails. Boy, have they not this weekend. I watched Dan Bongino, and he was putting out some pretty good information on Frank's speech over the weekend that I was watching. These guys have absolutely lost their marbles. I mean, I don't think I think you have to have marbles to lose before you can lose them. But these guys are just, summer of 2020 is on the horizon. It's going to be the summer of 2022, and I think it's going to be worse. It's been a week since the May 2nd leak of the presumed Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade, and yet already Democrats have been through a roller coaster of emotions. Let's talk about them for just a minute. First, they were excited at the prospect of beating Republicans on the abortion issue. Second, they were angry at the thought of not beating the Republicans. Third, their anger started to turn inward on themselves. And then fourth, they are edging toward a self-destructive court-packing plan. So they're losing it. They are absolutely having a meltdown. And before the end of this broadcast, we're going to talk about some of the things that they've been doing. So let's hit the next headline. Madison anti-abortion headquarters set on fire, vandalized, and graffitied. Here we go. But yet we're called the extremist. Remember that, folks. If what I put out or what you put out on the social media, they don't agree with, we're extremist. But these guys, in Jen Psaki's opinion, are peaceful protesters as usual, just like the summer of 2020. CNN, Communist News Network, would sit there and do a broadcast, and the anchor would sit there and say, well, this is mostly peaceful, while there's 30-foot flames of fire behind the camera burning a building to the ground. But they're mostly peaceful, and we are the extremist. The Madison headquarters of Wisconsin Family Action an anti-abortion group, was reportedly set on fire late Saturday night or early Sunday morning after vandals threw what is believed to be at least one Molotov cocktail at the building. Two staffers returned to the building for work mid Sunday morning when they found the windows on one side of the office had been shattered, while burned books were scattered across the office, according to the report from the Wisconsin State Journal. Yeah, it's just here we go. Buckle up, get ready. Like I said, Jen Psaki, she says, "Oh, they're mostly peaceful," and we're going to get that, I believe, in the next headline here, where I quote what she has to say. So it's already started. It started in Los Angeles. I think Bongino put that out over the weekend that there were riots in Los Angeles, uh, attacks on police officers having to take peaceful protesters to the ground, and then the protesters start attacking police officers. Here we go, folks. Here's your warning. I'm telling y'all. All right, let's hit the next headline because it talks more about it. Radical abortion activists gather outside Supreme Court justices' homes. Now, I know you guys have probably heard a lot of this throughout the weekend. We're going to talk about it here on LWN because this absolutely makes me furious. A group of radical pro abortion activists gathered outside the homes of multiple U.S. Supreme Court justices on Saturday to protest the court's expected decision to repeal Roe v. Wade. According to the draft opinion written by Justice Samuel Alito, leaked to the media on Monday, the court is poised to overturn the landmark abortion rights case. Protesters have taken drastic measures like blocking church entrances and now showing up on the doorsteps. Doesn't say at the curb, it says on the doorsteps of Supreme Court justices' homes. Protesters marched in front of Chief Justice John Roberts' home and reportedly chanted, "Keep abortion safe and legal," and other chants included, "Pro-life is a lie. You don't care if people die." Protesters also drew images of hangers in chalk on the street in front of Roberts' home. Now let's drop down in the article. Again, it's here in Breitbart if you guys want to read it. The group shouted outside of Roberts' home, "The whole world is watching." More intimidation. The protesters also made a stop at Justice Brett Kavanaugh's home, which was reportedly orchestrated by Kavanaugh's own neighbors. The pro-abortion radicals reportedly chanted, "No uterus, no opinion," outside of Kavanaugh's home. So let's drop down in the article a little bit further where it talks about old circle back girl. These pro-abortion activists are seemingly enabled by President Joe Biden's White House, which refused to condemn protesters outside the justices' homes. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that peaceful protesters are, now listen, this is what really gets under my skin. This is her quote. She says that peaceful protesters are, quote, "not extreme," end quote, and that there is a long history in the United States of protest. But yet we're labeled the extremist. If we go to the Capitol building on J6 and we want our voices to be heard because we feel what happened in 2020 was an absolute disgrace when it comes to the election cycles in the past, we're the extremists, we're the radicals. But yet these people go to the doorsteps of Supreme Court justices, nothing happens. These people are on private property. Where's the police departments? Where's the sheriff's departments coming in and protecting these justices? Why are these people not rounded up and arrested for trespassing? Why is it that this person has leaked their information on where they live? Let's read a little further. Psaki reportedly said that she does not have an official U.S. government position on where people protest. We obviously wanted people's privacy to be respected. We want people to protest peacefully if they want to protest. That is certainly what the president's view would be, Psaki said. So, again, the White House is supporting these people. The White House is pushing this narrative. But yet, when it comes to conservative voices, we are censored. We are canceled. We're called extremists, racist, sexist. Let's read more. Let's hit the next headline, because these people will burn the cities to the ground, and they are called peaceful. Let's talk about Ted Cruz. Cruz, Biden is literally threatening the lives of the Supreme Court justices. Sunday on Fox News Channel, Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas, blasted Biden White House for refusing to, quote, condemn, end quote, the violent protesters that were threatening the U.S. Supreme Court justices and their families over the leaked draft opinion overturning the 1973 Roe versus Wade ruling. Cruz noted on Sunday Morning Futures that the left-wing groups attempted to intimidate justices to change their votes and said that the White House not condemning the violent threats was, quote, shameful, end quote. He urged President Joe Biden was literally threatening the lives of these justices. We have got left-wing groups now that have published the addresses of the justices. The intent of this clerk was to bully and threaten and intimidate the justices to change their votes. Let me tell you something, folks. If you or I would have done this to a leftist, if we would have went out and published somebody's address, don't you think we probably would have been rounded up and arrested? There is a clerk that has went and posted the justice's address on social media. This person should be immediately charged, arrested, and held with bond and have the opportunity to have their day in court. But this person obviously should see consequences for their actions. And I don't see anything happening. It's disgusting. Sorry, my throat is a little bit scratchy here. All right, last headline. Let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend. Justice Clarence Thomas. Supreme Court can't be bullied on the Roe v. Wade. Washington, D.C., we can't be an institution that can be bullied into giving you the outcomes you want. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas told a gathering on Thursday on the Roe v. Wade. The events from earlier this week are a symptom of that. Thomas was speaking to the Judicial Conference 11th Circuit. Each federal appellate circuit is under a supreme supervision of one of the 9 Supreme Court justices. A Georgia native, Thomas is circuit justice over that court, which has jurisdiction over Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. The elephant in the room that no one can ignore is that the leaked draft opinion of the Dobbs case, which would overrule Roe v. Wade and return the issues of abortion to voters at the state level, militant, that word militant, not peaceful, but militant leftists have been pressuring conservative justices to switch their votes to retain Roe, in which the Supreme Court in 1973 invented a right to abortion that was found in the text structure or 180-year history of the Constitution. Now, the picture that shows in this article from Breitbart shows activists holding full containers of soda, water, flipping the camera off. I mean, these people are vile. And yet we're called the extremists. We're not the ones out there throwing frozen water bottles, bricks, and rocks at the cops. We're not the ones out there wrestling with them, pushing them, spitting on them, and we're called the extremists. Folks, it's time that we stand up. It is time for this nonsense to stop, and it's time for the conservative movement, the patriot movement, to not allow this to become what America is today. We have to reverse this. We have to get involved, and we have to stand tall. That's headline hits for today, folks. Check us out on Podbean. Download Podbean and catch the live Podbean episode this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, I got big news for tonight. Tonight, there's going to be a special show right here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stay in touch, and we will let you know what that's going to be here very shortly.